All right, Big Man, today is Tuesday. It is February 3rd. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Tuesday, joined in studio by PFT Commenter and Steven Cheah. Welcome back, PFT. I feel like it's been a minute.
It's been a while. It's been too long.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm back with Cheah, especially for this topic. I feel like he's going to have some deep cuts for us.
Cheah, we've had you on a Super Bowl week draft before.
Okay.
I think one of the first ones we did, I think we built like a party.
Okay.
Yeah, I could actually pull that up. But yeah, I don't know if you remember that or not.
I'd like to give a shout out to myself. It's my 40th birthday today. Happy birthday.
Oh, shout out Cheah.
When this is airing. When this is
In the future.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheah, when's your birthday?
February 3rd.
Okay.
Do we know that that's the exact date this is being aired?
That's what you just said.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday, Cheah. I've
Happy
tried to
birthday,
rebrand.
Cheah.
I've tried not rebrand, but I've tried to become a birthday guy, a happy birthday guy.
Oh, yeah.
To be like the person that remembers everyone's birthdays. Make sure to shout them out. It's tough work being a birthday guy.
It is very tough.
You're January 31st, 1985.
Cheah's so much more of a birthday guy than I am.
How old are you again, PFT?
I'm turning 41.
So is that something that comes along as you get older? Because I've entered
Wait,
that
getting
phase
older?
too.
Oh, no, you mean becoming a birthday
Yeah,
guy?
because I've started to try to make it a point to remember birthdays too. One of my best friends I grew up with, his birthday was yesterday. I was proud of myself for remembering it. I shot him a text, checked in.
Yeah, I think like thinking about others is something that you would hope to evolve into as you get older. And it's always nice when people, you know what it was, like last year I got birthday messages from people that I thought to myself, I was like, man, I've never wished this person a happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to be the kind of person that would wish somebody a happy birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
trying to make an effort on it, but it's tough because I don't really use Facebook at all, and that's where I feel like
Same.
a lot of
Yeah.
people get their birthday intel. So yeah, we're working on it, but we're making baby steps.
The irrelevancy of Facebook has hurt the birthday text a
Yeah,
lot.
it does.
Yeah.
But if you've noticed, now the iPhone is kind of helping it, even though I never do it. If you text someone happy birthday, you could add a calendar reminder
Huh.
that it's their
I didn't
birthday,
see that.
and I've never
I didn't
done
notice
that. Still, do you do that?
No, but sometimes, yes. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, now we got Cheah penciled in.
So I just pulled it up. It was a Super Bowl shit draft. There was one quarterback, one halftime show, one game, one coach, one appetizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
A long time ago. 2021 probably had to be. Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
We also have to note, Dave, a lot of debate over you saying that a tide is a group of elephants.
Yeah. Turns out that's not true at all.
Yeah, I saw that tweet this morning. Well, let's back up a second. I swear to God, I've heard that before.
Is that
And
because
it
of
was
Crimson Tide.
Yeah, we
that's-
drafted best sports nicknames a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about Crimson Tide got drafted,
Okay.
and Dave said it's because of a group of elephants is a tide.
I swear to God, I've heard that before. I took it as one of those facts. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I think it's panda bears are called an embarrassment of panda bears. Like, that's what a group of panda bears.
There are some weird,
It's
like
weird
a murder,
names, yes.
some murder
crows.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a dazzle of zebras.
So
Really?
I thought it was something along that lines, and I heard it at one point in my life, and it just made sense, and it was one of those things I never fact checked on my own. So
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
The Alabama Crimson, and we had computers down that one, I think, so no
We
one
might
even
have.
Yes, we
thought
did.
to fact check.
No,
it.
we did not.
Oh, no.
Computers were there.
I should have. So you know what? That's not on you. That's on me. That sounds like something I should have had.
But he
my
said
alarm.
it very confidently.
He did.
I was confident in that answer.
Sports writers in 1930 described the team's massive, powerful linemen as red elephants, referring to their size and crimson jerseys. So it's like, here comes a tide.
Yeah.
And Dave, you're right. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment.
Right.
Good
So I
job.
thought it was something along those lines, but you know what? We can share some of the blame. I'll take like 90% of it, though.
What is a group of Chicagoans called? I feel like cities should have that.
Yeah,
same
they
thing,
should have that.
Right?
Well,
that
they
up right
do. Like Pittsburgh, they're the Yinzers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
The cheeseheads, I guess.
Yeah, the Cheeseheads.
Collective group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what Chicago would be, though. Just fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a fella city.
Yeah, you're fellas city.
Beefs.
It's a good question.
The I think Philly's a fella city too.
Scumbags.
Yeah, they're scumbags.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
But like it's one of those things if it depends on how you say it.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm like, oh yes, Philly scumbag.
I like Philly scumbags.
yeah, term of endearment. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, this will be the third iteration of this draft. We've done college football a couple weeks or a month or so ago, 2 months maybe. We've done MLB, so this is the NFL version of this, the biggest 25 moments of the last 25 years. off the field and on the field are all in play.
And boat. Are we using year 2000 or no?
Yeah.
2000 to 2025.
Okay.
2000 counts.
Okay.
Where it gets sticky is has there been a 2026 moment? There has to me personally, but I don't think it should qualify. But it is also the 25
I mean,
season.
it's 3
so it's
weeks,
hard.
so who cares?
Yeah.
It had that game finished the right way.
Yeah, that absolutely should have
Yeah.
been drafted.
Cole Kmet's,
Yeah, exactly. So whatever, we'll figure it out. All right. PFT Lance has 1 through 5 behind his back. What number is it?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What pick you want?
You know what? I'll take 3.
All right.
I think there's a lot of value in this draft, so I don't want to go
There is
first.
too.
Yeah. Che, 1 through 4.
Dose.
No.
Chief.
3.
No.
Dave.
2.
No.
1.
No,
You said dope.
no. You
All right.
are fluent in Spanish.
I know.
4.
No.
Wow,
Wasn't
fuck.
4.
All right, well, Che, there's only 1 left.
1.
Yeah, 1.
God damn it. I'm blaming you for that.
That's not
Is
my
this,
Why would you blame him for that?
is,
Because I
this is
blame-
5 rounds, correct?
Yeah.
5, yeah. 25 picks total.
All right. I'll go 4th.
Okay, 1 through 3, Chief.
3.
No.
Dave.
Dose.
No.
1.
Yep.
I'll go second. 1 or 2, Chief.
2.
Got it.
I'll go first.
All right, so the order is Chief, Eddie, PFT, Che, White Sox, Dave.
All right, but before we get started, I got to talk to you guys about DraftKings. Super Bowl 60 deserves a sports book built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. Anything can happen during the Super Bowl, and DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash when your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. While other sports books don't offer injury protection, DraftKings covers the entire first half, even the second quarter. And early exit works on live bets too. Pre-game or in-game, DraftKings has you covered. New to DraftKings, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bet if your bets wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DOGWALK. That's DOGWALK to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Chief, without further ado, lead us off in the biggest 25 moments of the last 25 years in the NFL.
And this
draft.
is like moments and stories. Like we've had this kind of
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
debate
Like,
before.
oh, yeah.
Field, off the field.
Everything.
Yeah.
Could be a
This
play.
goes back to where people are like, oh, you're taking Penn State like for the college football one. I'm taking Aaron Hernandez. I think the Aaron Hernandez murder was the biggest NFL story of the last 25 years. The whole scene where he goes to the facility, they turn him away, the cops are waiting for him, he's in jail, the suicide, the whole thing was a wild story that had documentaries, and I think what was it, FX did
cheesy,
a
corny-
Great
drama about it. So the Aaron Hernandez story to me was the biggest story of the last 25 years.
And you can't tell the story of the Aaron Hernandez story without the story of Kirk Minahan.
Go on.
He was in that show. He was
Oh, that's right.
they had an
Yeah,
actor
yeah.
playing Kirk in that
Yeah.
show.
Oh, that's right. I never
That's right,
watched
I
it
forgot.
because
Yeah, I
it was
did
just
see that.
getting scathing reviews.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I mean, do you remember the Gronk character?
Vaguely, yes.
the guy that
Oh.
played Belichick did a great job. And then in the draft room scene, you've got the actor that plays Robert Kraft just walking into frame with the craziest spray tan that you've ever seen. And he's like trying to do a Robert Kraft face. It was incredible. And when they had the Aaron Hernandez guy do his own stunts and his own like running and routes, it was so funny. It was a perfect show. I loved every minute of it.
I mean, the unpeeling of the onion of that whole saga was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You're finding out he's got like legit current gang ties and everything. It was just crazy. And this is the best tight end, well, one of two probably, both on the same team at the same time.
Yeah, and then it was
Just wild.
then all the other murders, like, I think he did at least 2 other.
There was stuff on, I don't know, alleged.
Yeah.
There was stuff uncovered
Dead.
at
Who gives a shit?
his estate. I don't know, Dave. I don't want to get sued. The stuff at Florida,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's just all crazy.
Him and Tebow being on the same team together is pretty fucking crazy. And
Like that Florida team had like 25 criminals.
Yeah.
And it was just glossed over by.
Jesus boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was the biggest story.
I would honestly disagree with this.
Okay.
Well, I had one penciled in for you that I thought you were going to take, but this is undoubtedly one of the top, maybe two.
Okay. Well, we'll see if Eddie takes it.
Anybody else not like the pick?
I think it's such a crazy story
Yeah.
that it felt like it just kept getting weirder and weirder, and the fact that so much of it happened like at the team facility,
Yeah.
it really felt like it was a moment. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Wasn't he? Like, didn't it come out that he was like gay or something too?
Yeah,
there's all kinds of weird little.
That's what I'm saying. I
offshoots.
still think like they bring like lawsuits all the time against people. Am I
Yeah.
right about that?
He's technically, I don't know if not guilty is the right word, but his name has been cleared legally.
Yes, that's
because
what I'm saying.
his case was under appeal when he died.
Like weirdly, I've seen like
Yeah.
people and is like still like suing people. So,
So he was
I don't.
he was technically, we can't say that he was guilty of murder legally.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. It's very strange.
Charged.
I remember that. You don't like it. You want all football, don't you? You want
No, I think that's certainly like one of the biggest stories. Is it the biggest Patriot story? I'm not positive.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
Good
that's
point.
that's.
I don't think it gets bigger than murder.
Good point.
Current player murder. That's
I
as big as it
disagree.
gets.
I disagree.
Okay, we'll see.
I think one thing can get bigger than murder, and it's not murdering humans. It's being responsible for the murdering of dogs. So I'm going to go with Michael Vick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people call me racist when I accurately predicted that Michael Vick would be arrested for running a dogfighting ring when he was drafted. But who's laughing now?
Who's laughing?
Yeah.
It's like that Theo Vaughn tweet. Remember that, Chief? With
No.
the
Oh yeah.
one of the
Looks
all-time
like an
great-
inside
yeah.
job.
And then he got called a homophobe for it, and it turned out this guy that threw a brick through a gay club's window was actually gay. So joke was on them. Similar to this.
I didn't actually predict that, by the way.
Did you really?
But no, I didn't. I didn't. That it would have, for the record, probably would have been racist, but also correct if I had done that. But Mike Vick, he wild story, but also the rehabilitation that
Yeah.
he's done to his image since then. I feel like if you're going to get arrested for something like that, that's probably the best way that anybody's ever come back from a dogfighting scandal.
He's now a bigger dog guy than Eddie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he owns dogs and he like takes care of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Eddie picked this as his top storyline because he liked it.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that could be possible, guys. I don't think that could be possible.
No, he is.
Don't think that's possible.
He's an advocate.
I mean, dude, the guy was on Madden. He was the sickest video game quarterback, one of them of all time. Yeah, I mean, he was just a stud, and it was so strange seeing a guy at the height of their powers going to prison in the middle of the season.
And then coming back from it.
Yeah.
Which
What year did that happen? 05, 6?
no, he
Something
came
like
back when I was in college, so that would have been 08 through 2012.
I think he went away in 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Leavenworth
Yeah.
federal prison.
Yeah, I thought this was huge. I thought it's a very worthy first rounder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That was a wild team too, those Falcons, because they had Vic. He went to prison for dogfighting, and then they had their coach Petrino just leave a note in the locker room saying, "I quit for the team," and then just bounced out. I think that might have been the same year.
I think you're right. And then he showed up in Arkansas doing the woo pig, and then he had the motorcycle crash with the girl. Yeah, that was a wild chain of events.
What could be any logical reason to not give your team like a postseason bye? Like like an end of the season, like this is it, guys.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
Peace.
Like why not just say something?
You have no friends on that team. You don't like any.
None.
Yeah. All right, PFT, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I tend to agree with the sentiment that the Aaron Hernandez story, while titillating and while there have been movies made about it, not the worst scandal in the history of the New England Patriots. Deflategate.
Yeah.
Deflategate was way worse than Aaron Hernandez. It happened like right before the Super Bowl. People were weighing in on it. It was the topic of conversation. The fact that we got a breaking news tweet from Chris Mortensen, I think before the AFC Championship game was, like, they were still doing the post-game interviews for it, directly accusing the Pats of having doctored footballs that the NFL measured, and what was it, like 11 out of 12 showed that they were they were slightly more deflated. The fact that this country spent probably 18 months furiously debating the ideal gas law. You made Dave Portnoy learn physics. Like how much more enticing of a storyline could you ask for, where you've got a bunch of Patriots fans like taking like at the very least junior college level, but in many cases like advanced level courses in physics to try to figure out whether or not Tom Brady asked a guy named the Deflator to deflate a football
From a game that they won $1 million to like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do I think that Tom Brady liked his football as a little soft? Yep. 100%. Did he have a guy that he would ask, hey, take a little bit of air out of the football? Yep. 100%. Did it make that much of a difference? Nope. Don't think that it did. But then they all started lying about it, and then the media just latched onto it. And it's like the biggest non-scandal scandal ever that became such a massive, massive story. But I think every quarterback at that time, at least, liked their balls a certain way.
Yeah.
Right?
The Belichick press conference too, where he makes the My Cousin Vinny reference. He's like, "I'm not Mona Lisa Vito."
Yeah.
Like talking about the ideal gas law. All right, but he like explained the whole thing like the week of the Super Bowl. That was pretty crazy too. So that was also. Those are like some of these things that I feel like have elevated Barstool and Dave. Like that was definitely one of them because he was like on the street protesting. That was led to like the arrest of the Brady Four.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing was insane. It's like you wonder like how much of an impact did this have on Barstool's growth?
What did he get? 4 games for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Twice as much as Ray Rice got.
Correct.
Yeah, remember that. That was
Yeah.
if you wanted to go viral on Twitter in 2015, you would just make that comparison.
That was
Yeah, absolutely right. It makes you think. The funny part of the Barstool aspect with that was with the Brady Four. I remember I was working at SB Nation at the time, and there was an email thread that was going around on breaking news for whatever day it was, like who's going to cover this story, who's going to cover that. I just made my dick jokes and didn't really ever get involved in that, but I was part of the email thread. And when the Brady Four handcuffed themselves and got arrested, people were talking about, they're like, hey, Patriots fans are protesting Tom Brady. We need to write this up ASAP. And then there were like 3 emails going back and forth deciding who was going to write it. And then word trickled out that it was Barstool Sports that was doing it. And it went from being like the funniest thing that they were about to cover to being like, this is the biggest douchey move ever. Like, fuck these guys. Like the tone of that thread switched immediately. They're like, fuck that. We're not going to cover that shit.
Insane.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Is SB Nation still a thing?
I think so.
In
Yeah.
some form.
In some form.
Yeah.
Shay.
I didn't really want to take this here, but I feel like I have to. I feel like this was the number one story. It's the Giants beating the undefeated Patriots, ruining the perfect season.
That's what I thought would have gone 1-1.
Yeah, but I think there's one thing you could take from that game. That's right.
Get specific.
The helmet catch.
Yeah.
David Tyree.
Yeah, like I would take the helmet catch.
Yes. I think that's all in one. Like the helmet catch / the upset. It's a 12-point spread. The Giants were plus 475 money line to win the game before kickoff started. They played what was then the last week of the regular season, week 17. The Giants played all their starters. It was a close game. The Pats finished off their perfect season going 16-0, plowed through everyone in the playoffs, got to the Super Bowl. It seemed like it was a formality that they would walk through the Giants. Again, 12-point favorites, plus 475 money line. They lose 17-14 in an incredible game. Fourth quarter, very exciting. Obviously, the helmet catch with David Tyree, Rodney Harrison right next to him. Incredible moment. I didn't want to, obviously, I think this is going to be pretty news heavy. Aaron Hernandez, I think they're all worthy first rounders. I think this was the biggest moment and game in NFL history because, even, on Pardon My Take, they do the fastest 2 minute stuff. They always talk about Chris Berman popping the champagne bottle because when the first team loses the 1972 Dolphins, now we finally had that. We thought they were going to complete it, and it fell short. It was
even Brady on media day, like someone said, like, well, if you only score 17 points, we're only going to score 17 points.
Yes.
Like he like scoffed at the notion
Yeah.
that they were only going to have 2 touchdowns. So yeah, it was the craziest game. That's like one of those games you kind of remember where you were too, for sure.
Oh yeah,
So,
especially the helmet catch. That's
Yeah.
the play from the game. So I don't think it's a reach at all.
no,
I think that's definitely one of the biggest.
I thought
stories
that
from
was going to go
25 years.
1-1, honestly.
I did as well. I think these are all worthy first rounders, but yeah, it's taken more of a newsy headline turn. It's impossible to ignore the team that beat the Giant Killers that beat the.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick. I just think there are a lot of games to choose from. So
Sure.
I thought it'd be better to go.
That has to be the biggest game. I mean, certainly.
Yeah.
I think
Don't say it, but does anyone have a better argument?
I
Just
think
keep
that
it.
there
I
are
got one.
two games that I think could
Be debated for
compete
that.
with that.
And
yeah.
I'm going to take one of the obvious ones, I hope,
What do we got?
the 28-3 comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28-3 comeback, it's still the biggest comeback ever, right? The Bears were 18 the other day, and that was number 2, I believe, or close
I'm
to
not
it.
totally
I
sure.
think in postseason history.
In postseason history, yes.
Well, there
And
was the Bills Oilers in the early 90s. It was like there was 35-3 or
something, yeah. But yeah, it was just like
Didn't they wasn't it like 21-3 at half, and then the Patriots came out and Brady threw the pick six to make it
28-3, and you're like, this game's fucking over. And then they started inching back, and like a couple plays here, a couple plays there, and all of a sudden it's Patriots win.
Yep.
I feel bad for the Falcons. Like this
Yeah.
whole first round of this draft has been either Patriots stories or the worst 2 moments in the history of the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
If the Falcons win, that catch Julio Jones makes in the Super Bowl goes down as maybe the best catch ever.
See,
Yeah.
I don't even remember it. I would if
Oh,
you
the
showed me.
sideline?
I'm sure.
Side
But-
is incredible.
Yeah.
But to your point, like it just gets overruled by the comeback itself. So
If the Falcons don't come back and win that, or sorry, if the Falcons don't lose that game, if the Patriots don't come back and win, do the Chicago Bears come back and beat the Green Bay Packers after Ben Johnson had 2 sides of the 28-3
maybe.
Maybe
speak to
not.
the team in training camp?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder, yeah.
Butterfly effect all the way to
Grady Jarrett,
Yeah.
Chuck Tooney. Yeah, good pick.
The only thing and I'm going to speak against myself right here, but it's not too dissimilar from a few of the other picks so far. But the only thing is there's not a singular play, a singular moment from that comeback that I didn't take, which is why.
Oh, I disagree with that. The Edelman catch over the middle.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I picked the entire comeback instead of a singular play,
Yeah.
singular moment.
The scoreboard. You have the scoreboard. Of
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm going to go with just a singular play. I'm going to go with the tuck rule. Obviously, change the rule book. Like I'm watching it now. I got it pulled up on YouTube. I don't know how you fucking call this incomplete pass or whatever the rule actually would be. It was a clear fumble. They should have lost the ball. They should have lost that game because of that, and they didn't. They won, and that's how it goes.
Get Gruden going on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He gets
Yeah.
so mad
Yeah.
when you talk about the tuck rule.
mm-hmm.
So mad. Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, for sure.
It was a great game, though. I think that like there's other parts of that game that are incredible. The tuck rule part sucked, but all that snow
crazy
in a playoff
snow.
game, and we don't get enough snow on the field playoff games because all these fields have heating coils underneath, so so it tends to melt on the field. That was just you were playing backyard football in the snow
Yeah.
in that game in the playoffs, and Vinatieri hitting those field goals in a fucking blizzard.
Wasn't it like a 48-yard
Yeah,
in 4 inches of snow? Like that was that's the greatest kick of all time too.
Yeah.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. Like Tom Brady, obviously he has all the Super Bowls and is considered the greatest of all time. But how his career has had so many
Yeah.
moments like this.
Sometimes I wonder if they call that a fumble, do they even go to like does Bledsoe get his job back the following year?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, like you just
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The butterfly effect from that play
Yeah.
it's wild.
Che, do you think Tom Brady was still cheating with footballs when he was a Buck?
No, I'm sure after that there was kind of a crackdown. But a lot of quarterbacks work balls in or have ball boys work balls into their specifications. Brad Johnson has said it numerous times before the Super Bowl. He paid an equipment guy a bunch of money, like a couple $1,000 to make sure all the balls were like kind of used and worked in.
Stuffed up.
Yeah.
So I think all quarterbacks have their preference, and I don't think it's weird at all. And yeah, to your whoever said it before, like that game, the game against the Colts was like 42 to like 10 or something. Like it was not close.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a blowout.
Little high maybe for the tuck rule. Touch.
You know, I'll tell you what, it's an all-time NFL Films moment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And to be fair to
the importance of that play,
Barry,
it's huge.
and it was a game I remember where I was.
Yep.
Which I
do too.
I factor into this.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Zach's basement, my buddy Zach.
I was in my basement.
It's the 21st today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Zach!
Oh, there we go.
My high school
Well,
buddy Zach.
posthumously, this comes out in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
it comes
well,
out on
okay.
Jay's birthday.
That's hilarious.
Spirit that counts.
Yeah.
You remembered though.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did Che, you're up again.
There are very few moments in my life where I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing when I heard the news. 9/11 is certainly one. This is probably two.
Here we go.
Andrew Luck retiring in the preseason. 2019, I believe it
Never
was.
forget.
Played 6 years. It was shocking. I was at my friend Eric and Jess's wedding. Twitter was the thing. I was working here, and the alerts just came in. The Colts were playing a game. They were playing a home preseason game
Against the Bears.
And the news came out while Andrew Luck is on the sideline.
Yeah.
So the crowd starts booing him. And
Tell
he
us about
doesn't know.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett, backup quarterback.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he was the year before in 2018 a Pro Bowl quarterback. He had completed his 6th year in the league. He was just under 4,600 yards passing, 39 touchdowns. He was an incredible player. He was studying the draft for so long. Everyone is like, they're looking for the next Andrew Luck. He was the perfect prospect. Did he have too many interceptions? Maybe sometimes. But he was that guy that, kind of a gunslinger that could try and get you back into games, like we saw in that playoff game against the Chiefs. And he was supposed to be the next guy. Peyton Manning was, had just retired. Tom Brady was on what most people thought were his last legs. And Andrew Luck was going to be the quarterback to lead the next generation. He was supposed to be the next guy. And then out of the blue, during a preseason game, he is playing. Word leaks that he is retiring. And it was the most shocking thing I think I've ever heard.
Che was talking to the flower girls, and then somebody came up and whispered in his ear, "Sir, Andrew Luck has retired from the NFL."
Yeah.
Like
insane.
I got to go.
Yeah.
And Rumsfeld.
We've never seen a retire. Like Barry Sanders retired early. He played, 9 years, and it was during the offseason or whatever. Andrew Luck was the number one quarterback prospect.
It was shocking, and it's also, you saying that makes me think that there's probably not that many people that experienced it the way like Bears and Colts fans did, because we were watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a regular preseason game. Really, honestly, maybe a lot of people weren't watching.
Is that the game where Cutler ran the guy over the goal line? Do you remember that?
I don't think so, because I don't think Cutler would have played in that.
I think he did.
No, this was like 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was way.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And it was shocking to
Did
see.
they announce it on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. And it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was just all sideline shots and a lot of confusion.
I was eating wings with Jeff D. Lowe in Midtown Manhattan, watching some preseason, and we both had notifications on for Schefter on our phones, and we both looked down at the same time and looked up at each other like, "Holy fuck, what the hell is going on right now?"
Yeah.
It was one of those dinners where you both know that you're going to spend the next 30 minutes independently scrolling your Twitter timelines,
Yeah.
just reading. Yeah.
9/11 and Andrew Luck retiring.
Yep.
The where were you moment.
So where were you for 9/11?
I was at school. It was
Okay.
a Tuesday
right.
morning.
Yeah.
You would have been a freshman, I think.
Maybe sophomore.
I was in
Sophomore.
7th grade.
Because I'm turning 40 this year too, so you're in 86.
Yeah, I did break that. They crashed into the Pentagon to multiple teachers.
Damn.
Oh, really?
Our teacher.
How'd that feel?
I got a taste for news breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we really started to respect Schefter. All right. Andrew Luck retires. Is off the board.
/9/11.
Slash.
How do you guys feel
I didn't
about
have this
it?
on my board.
I didn't either.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think it's a little high in the second round, but I think it's definitely draftable.
I agree.
Draftable.
For sure draftable.
I do think it's a bad pick considering the other stories and moments that are on the board still.
Fair. It was my number 2 overall.
Damn. So you got your 1 and 2?
I did.
Wow. All right. It's such a deep draft.
Yeah.
PFT, you're up.
There's like 3 different ones that I can't figure out which one to take here. There's a lot of good stuff remaining on the board. I am going to go Brett Favre dick pics. Brett Favre, he was the face of the NFL. His biggest storyline, like when Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets. It's exactly what happened with Brett Favre. Everyone loved Brett Favre. He was like a kid out there.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine that if 9-year-old you made it to the NFL, you would play exactly like Brett Favre played all the time. And when the dick pic story came out, it was in retrospect kind of it was a really shitty situation that he put Jen Sturger in at the time. But the fact that his dick was so small made it funny. Right? Like, we can agree on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Brett Favre, like a kid out there, like a kid in there, too. And it became like a very funny story and just a wild ride for the next, having people ask Brett Favre about it, like at a press conference. He's like, I can't recall ever sending a text message to that person. The craziest part was they had never spoken.
Yeah.
They had never met before.
That's right.
And he was just...
It was Jen Sturger, right?
Yeah, he was in his hotel room just sending her dick pics, like out of the clear blue sky. It was a big moment for men in America, too, to be like, oh, maybe I should not send my penis to people. Yeah.
It could be blessed out there.
Yeah. Maybe, is that too high? I feel like that might...
No, I think that's a good pick.
I think it's salacious. I want some salaciousness.
I also didn't have it on my board. So
Neither did I. But
perhaps draftable.
No, definitely draftable. That was a huge story.
for
I
sure.
don't know. We'll see at the end with the honorable mentions. It was definitely a big story. It was like the first of its kind. You kind of hear about that shit, I don't know, with celebrities, rappers, singers, whoever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of guys who've had their meat blasted out there at this point, right?
He was a pioneer.
He was a pioneer.
Was that the beginning of the Me Too movement?
No, this was far before.
Yeah.
This was
when he was with the Jets.
yeah. This was like
This was like 08. Weinstein and stuff was what, like 2010?
No, later than that.
way later than that.
16.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
It was that long?
This was like prime internet 2.0.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not-
16 was 10 years ago. So
But he was out of the league then.
I'm saying it's not related to Me Too.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
All right, I'm up. I'm gonna take a game. Pete Carroll not running the damn ball.
Yep.
Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler interception.
That's what I was down to.
At the goal line. Another Super Bowl that you'll always remember because it's just when you got Marshawn Lynch,
The best running back in football at that time.
you just don't do that.
Nope.
I have a take on this.
Oh, let's hear it.
I'm sure I feel like we may have discussed this before. Throwing the ball in that situation is the correct move. It's second down. There's one timeout. You're running the ball on second down. Like they had gotten stopped in goal line. They left the goal line defense out there. So they're defending goal line. If you don't get in, use your timeouts. Now you have third and fourth down, no timeouts. So he'd been stopped before. They weren't good in short yardage that game.
How much time was left?
Sometimes
I think it was like 25 seconds or something like that.
Why don't you call 2 plays?
Certainly you could, but I'm just saying like third down is the time where you pass it, or sorry, second down is the time you pass it. Then third down, you have the option to run, and you can run again on fourth down. So I'm not saying don't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. I'm just saying the sequential events of everyone just being like, oh, just give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Timing wise, if this play happened today where social media is as big and every coaching decision is critiqued to death, I think the decision to throw the ball there is a very good one.
You think people would agree with it in retrospect? Like, if that happened this year,
you can't put the ball in harm's way.
Yeah, that's where the argument changes then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then maybe the onus comes off of Pete Carroll.
Yeah, it could be like a fade route or something like
that.
that and stuff like that. But if you burn your time out there, you're in a lot of trouble potentially. If you get stopped on Marshawn Lynch,
Was it at the 1 or like the 3?
I feel like it was at the 2.
Okay. I still think
Let's look it up.
you got to run it.
I'm not saying don't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. I'm saying give the ball to Marshawn Lynch on third down and fourth down.
But do you get where I'm coming from? Even if you change it to the heat off of Pete Carroll, then it just becomes Russell Wilson. Why are you making that throw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another, like, the deflected catch on the sidelines. I can't remember who caught it for Seattle. That got them down.
It was The white guy, right?
No.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't Tyler Lockett, but it was somebody with a weird
I thought it was
number.
the guy who went to Pitt. I'm blanking on his.
It was an incredible play.
Yeah.
A lucky as fuck play. It kind of landed in his breadbasket, right?
Yeah, bounced a couple times.
Yeah.
But that would have been one of the most iconic plays in Super Bowl history.
Right.
Yeah.
Jermaine Curse? No.
I know
Curse.
Curse was a tight end on the team. Was it him that
It
made that
was
catch?
the
They were on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I was on the one. Mm-hmm.
I think you still give the ball to
Yeah.
I do too.
I got 2 comments. One, I was going to let it go,
Jermaine
Steven,
Curse.
but you got a book hanging in your left nostril. 2, sometimes you just throw the analytics out and you run the ball no matter what they say, no matter where you are. You just give the ball to the best running back in football at the time and let him get 1 yard. And if you don't
the
get
epitome of a short yardage back.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been proven throughout the game that getting 1 or 2 yards wasn't as easy. And you're going up against the goal line defense.
No, I mean, I hear your point. I disagree.
I think you're going up against one of the greatest defensive masterminds of all time. And if you're rolling the dice on a quick slant, you're liable to get the ball hypothetically intercepted in that situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thrown the ball really over the middle of the field, which
It's just hard to watch.
It's
Yeah.
so hard to watch.
28-24, 24 seconds left, second and goal
Yeah.
from the one. Jesus.
And then we would be having discussions about, like, are the Seahawks a dynasty?
Mm-hmm.
That play really broke up the dynasty, too, because you had Russell and Marshawn. They were never really on the same page again after that. That defense, I think, held some resentment towards losing that game. And if that would have been 2 in a row, right, for the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Or 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3.
2 out of
It
3.
would have been 2 out of 3. And then we would be talking about, like, okay, are they going to keep it together? They're going to go 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5. Seahawks could have been a dynasty
Yeah.
for that one play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chief, you're back.
I had a first round grade on this, but Colin Kaepernick taking a knee was maybe the most exhausting story because people were so charged up about it. But the knee during the anthem for Colin Kaepernick was like, it was on CNN, it was on Fox News, it was on ESPN, it was fucking everywhere. Your grandma had an opinion about it. Everybody had a take on that situation. It was so annoying, but it was a huge, huge story.
Will they knee or won't they knee was like a big question. You had reporters
Yeah.
just like watching the sidelines to report. Man, two iconic knee moments from that season. Jerry Jones taking a knee with his team
Yeah.
and just looking at the camera like he's Captain Morgan, just like so proud of himself. He smiles, a little glimmer comes off his tooth.
Yeah.
He was so pumped to be front and center for that. And then Ray Lewis taking 2 knees.
That'll show him.
And they're like, why'd you take 2 knees? He's just like, I took the second knee for Jesus. And everyone was like, yeah, okay,
Damn.
that makes sense, Ray. That's deep.
Yeah. Profound.
Yeah.
Dude, what a saga.
Yeah.
What a saga that was. You're right. It was. People hated the NFL for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I am so glad that enough times passed where we do not have to hear they signed this stock white quarterback over Colin Kaepernick, and Colin Kaepernick's still good. It's like, dude, he hasn't played in the NFL in like 6 years now. He's not good.
That's a good point.
not good
That it's
anymore.
officially over.
Mhm. More than 6 years.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't it come out that John Elway and the Broncos tried to sign him and he was like, no?
I remember hearing that, yep.
Yeah.
Because
I don't really know what was true and what wasn't.
Yeah, I know,
Dennis, though.
I think they were going to sign him to be a backup maybe.
Okay.
It was
Is
like an
that-
opportunity
yeah.
to compete, and he was like, no. And what got lost in all that was that Kaepernick, he was coming off a bad season with Chip Kelly, right?
mm-hmm.
He was still a good quarterback at the time. But it became like, if you are in favor of Colin Kaepernick, then he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Right,
and
yeah.
He can't get a job. And if you were against him taking a knee, you were like, this guy sucks.
Yep.
It's like he was definitely one of the best 32 quarterbacks.
He went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like a few years
What,
before.
2 years earlier?
The
Three?
Ravens one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was electrifying for a few minutes there. But like, I understood why you wouldn't want the media circus around what would have happened if you would have signed him. So like, I get it too, and I hate this guy as much as anybody. But Tim Tebow was the same thing. I fucking hated Tim Tebow, but he could have found a roster spot if he wanted, and if he didn't bring the media circus with him.
Yeah, I think that's a fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good pick. This was not on my board, and it's just because I forgot it.
Really?
It should have been there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was, I would have considered this in the first round too.
It's just weird because I don't know. Just slipped me. Because while it is a top 25 moment, I will say for sure it was like the most tiresome moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
exhausting.
the
It's
worst.
like, dude,
Yeah.
he's at this point.
What
like,
year was that? Was that 2016?
I want to say
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Because while all the other stories that we drafted, some of them are horrible, you were like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
It happened at the time that you had Trump versus
That's
Right.
exactly
Hillary
what it
Clinton
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
running for president, and so it became like a microcosm of everything else that America was
Right.
fighting
Yep.
about
Right.
in that moment. And it's kind of bizarre that it became as big of a story as it did, but it was definitely inflamed by political tensions at the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
September 1st, 2016 was the first one.
Wow.
All right, let's take a quick break. I gotta talk to you guys about Rowback. Rowback Activewear, best fit, best feel. You all know how much of a supporter I am of Rowback. I wear them all the time. The hoodies are hands down the best. I see at least one person every day here wearing the joggers. They're incredible. And the fleeces are made for these Chicago winters. It doesn't stop snowing. These are warm and comfortable. You're going to need them. But my new favorite thing is the Rowback vest. This thing is warm. It has zippers and pockets, stretch side panel, so it's comfortable and easy to move in. And it's just like a very clean look. I wear it over my hoodies and with my joggers. I can't take it off. I wear it everywhere. So use the code DOG, D-O-G, on Rowback for 20% off all new customers through the end of this week, just through the end of this week. So make sure you're moving fast. Again, that's Rowback, RHOBACK.com, and 20% off all vests, joggers, fleeces, and more with that code DOG. So check it out right now. Get on it. Rowback. You love it. We love it. And now back to the show.
You're up again, third round.
Spygate.
Mm-hmm.
Spygate. I mean, this was before Congress. The tapes that were allegedly stolen were then destroyed by the NFL. So it was like sort of a cover-up. People speculate that part of the reason why they came down so hard on Deflategate was because the other teams were so mad that there wasn't like enough justice around Spygate. So they're like, oh, we'll get it right this time, even though it sounds like Spygate was probably more of a legitimate offense than Deflategate. I mean, you had Arlen Specter,
Yeah.
like who was an Eagles fan, who was a senator from Pennsylvania, who also was the guy who came up with the magic bullet theory, little weird thing with the Kennedy
I
assassination.
did not know that.
Yeah, he was. They're like, how do we explain this? And it was Arlen Specter, who was like a junior lawyer.
Yeah.
But he was the one old guy banging the drum about Spygate. Spygate was a huge story that kind of tainted that whole run for a
Right.
lot of people.
It's
that
like,
whole
how
Patriots
were they
run.
spying on every Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And Mangini was the one that dimed him out, right?
right. And they had that handshake when he went to the Jets because that was
Yeah.
like very cold.
Mangini might have gotten blackballed after that.
Yeah, he had to go to like he went to ESPN for a while.
ESPN and Fox, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a great offensive mind as a young coach.
Yeah.
He was like the first Sean McVay.
Mm-hmm.
And then just was not welcomed back into the profession ever again.
Cross Bill.
Yep.
Got two head
The
jobs, though,
genius.
right? He got Cleveland, too.
He got Cleveland and the Jets, yeah.
So the two worst jobs you can possibly. Yeah.
What were we going to say, Steve? Sorry.
The man genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I guess this one just, Deflategate just kind of stole all its luster.
I think Deflategate was, I think they're about equal in my head. Deflategate was more recent, and you had the full Barstool. It was
Power.
like it dominated
Good
like
point.
our
Yeah.
world.
And it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. Like Spygate, way more impactful on the game.
They got arrested for, it was Deflategate, right?
Yeah.
Arrested?
Portnoy and Hank.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
They were protesting the suspension.
what was the punishment for Spygate again? It was pretty severe.
He got 4 games, I remember, right?
First
No.
round pick.
Oh, no, I'm mixing them up again. Brady got 4 for Deflategate.
Yeah, I
correct?
want to say that it was like a $500,000 fine
Yeah. So
and
that's
first
what.
round pick.
Let me see. The $500,000 fine was real. I think Kraft and the Patriots also got. They were fined $250, and they were stripped of a first round pick in 2008.
Yeah.
So, that is the maximum a coach can be fined. Is $500,000.
Jay Glazer has those tapes somewhere.
Yeah.
I would like to be a fly in the wall for like almost every one of these situations. Like, was that kid actually like taking air out of football, or were they actually performing some CIA espionage type shit with whoever?
Did you miss when we talked about the Deflategate?
No.
Is that what she said?
Me?
No, him.
No. What are you talking?
Is that what you're talking about, the tapes or the balls?
I'm talking about all of it. Everything
Okay.
that's been drafted so far.
What's the common thread between the two biggest spying scandals in modern sports history?
Dave Portnoy?
Yeah.
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 Just facts.
There's a couple good options. There's a ton of good picks, but I'm between like three. I don't know if this is recency bias, but DeMar Hamlin was a pretty big fucking deal.
Yeah. Yeah, then you had Bengals fans getting pissed off that the game was canceled. They fucked us out of seating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
What
fucking
happened?
fair.
What happened with their record at the end of the year? I don't remember. Did it just not count as a game?
It did not count as a
Correct.
Is that what it was?
Canceled game, yeah.
That was also Championship Sunday for fantasy football. It was a Monday night game.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of title games that were undecided.
Yep.
I know you got something spicy.
Yeah.
No,
just say
no,
it,
not-
Steven. Just say it.
I think my buddy Dan got screwed out of a title because he had, maybe it wasn't AJ Green or maybe it was Jamar Chase at the time, whoever it was.
You know a guy almost died, correct? Daniel knows that, right?
He didn't die.
Almost.
Yeah.
Prayers for tomorrow.
Do you know the same thing happened to Chris Pronger?
Yeah.
Which
I
came
remember
out
that.
after the fact. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he took a slap shot to the chest and like his heart stopped. But it
I
just
remember
wasn't-
hearing that the moment he got hit, it was like a 1 in a gazillion chance that it was the exact moment that it could stop his heart.
Right.
It was something insane, like 0.0003 seconds that he had to hit him at that exact time for it to do what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but you're right. The same thing happened to
Yeah.
Palmer. Mhm.
I think it happens most frequently in baseball.
Really?
Yeah, because if your heart gets hit at some point during the rhythm of it,
Yeah, right.
it just like makes it stop all of a sudden.
And it's like a 0.000 something second.
With enough impact.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like an impossible shot.
The fantasy football implications for that game were like they were wild because people were actually upset about it. I know one guy that was mad at the time, Jerry O'Connell. So Jerry was managing our team. I believe we were in the finals that year, and Jerry was furious because the day after, when the NFL like ruled that they're not going to replay it or whatever, the official statement from the NFL was, within like 30 seconds of that ruling coming out, the guy that we were playing in the finals texts the entire thread being like, "I did it," and with his Venmo, being like, pay up right now. And then Jerry started fighting this guy. Jerry was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You didn't win. You didn't win this yet. We need to figure out a way to do this. And so Jerry went hard at this guy, made the league put it up to an entire vote. And we're talking like there are probably 5 or 6 NBA players that are in this fantasy league that have no idea who Jerry is or what he's talking about. And Jerry just takes command of the conversation. He's like, we're not fucking calling the league right now. Prayers for DeMar. He kept saying prayers for DeMar in the group thread. And then we came to some understanding. I forget if we had Josh Allen, but we either had Josh or Joe Burrow, and our opponent either had Josh or Joe Burrow. So it was like, in fairness, the game meant a lot for that result. So we came to some agreement on we would count each quarterback's stats through that point in the game and then roll them over to the next week's game. We ended up losing anyways. And then DeMar Hamlin, ultimately, he won at life, but then he lost the Comeback Player of the Year award, which is crazy. It's crazy. Joe Flacco beat DeMar Hamlin for Comeback Player of the Year.
Only because he was old.
All due respect to Joe Flacco. DeMar died, and then he came back to the NFL. Joe Flacco was old.
Yeah, I think you
Who
should
played
give it
at
to
a
the
higher
dead
level
guy.
that year?
Joe.
Yeah, well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the real story is
We
Joe
live in a
Flacco-
meritocracy, correct?
Joe Flacco came back from playing for the Jets.
True.
Yeah.
A fate worse
Who was
than
closer to death?
death. Yeah.
Way more.
He came back that year, was it?
The following year.
Following year?
Yeah.
DeMar Hamlin also wasn't like a full year starter that year. Should be pointed out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Good point. James Wright.
And
He's still on the Bills, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there was the whole Goodell wanted to cancel the game, but then he really didn't. Like, no one really knew what was going on behind the scenes, and then they flipped it where they're like, oh yeah, we were always canceling this, and it's like, well, were you?
Yeah.
Were you?
Then there was Clone DeMar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
DeMar showed up for the playoff game, and or like some other. He was probably in the playoffs, and they showed him up in the box, and he was wearing like a mask over half of his face because of COVID.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "This is a clone. That's not the real DeMar."
Yeah. He actually died.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a body double.
I still don't understand what the implications of clone DeMar would have been. But yeah, people were just kind of all schizophrenic at that time.
Yeah.
PFT.
Okay, I think Brett Favre. I think that was a reach for Brett Favre. Looking back,
That was a big story.
It was a big story, but I'm going to go with Bountygate.
I considered that
Bountygate
my
and
pick too.
the New Orleans Saints. You had a bunch of big name people that were involved. You had Sean Payton, who I think still hates Roger Goodell
Yeah.
and the NFL all these years later. He gave that one press conference one time where he was wearing the Goodell clown shirt underneath his zip up. You had Greg Williams, Dr. Heat, took the rap for it because there was some like leaked audio that came out talking about like violence and killing the head of the snake.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Vilma and the entire city of New Orleans that then will forever hate Roger Goodell up and down. And Brett Favre was in it too. He was involved in it because it was one of the key games was against the Vikings in the playoffs when they just beat the fuck out of Brett Favre and just kept hitting him late and late and late. And it's also one of those stories where I think if you went around the league up until that point and asked players, like, have you ever heard of a system like Bountygate, where it's like if you have a big hit or if you knock the piss out of the quarterback, you get a couple extra bucks. I think a lot of teams did that exact same thing, and they wanted to take it out on the Saints.
Yeah.
Well, what was the argument against it? No, argument for it. Like, why were genuine question? Like, why were they so mad that they came down on them for? It seems like pretty black and white. Like,
I think the argument was like,
fucked up.
Number one, this sucks. We wish that you didn't come down on us for this because we like our football team.
Okay, fair.
And you're biased against us. And I think that the argument was that there's a lot of teams that have done stuff like this. Yeah. And then the fans dove into all the small details and figured out that there was really no concrete evidence like the NFL said that there was, or at least publicly available evidence. There's like a lot of circumstantial stuff. Like that one guy from the Saints ran off the field and he was like making the money fingers, like pay me. But I think from New Orleans Saints fans' perspectives, it was like the NFL is only enforcing this against us when it happens all around the league. And also you don't have enough proof that it actually did happen.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. They also suspended the GM for 8 games. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, well, you can just watch the games at home and still do his job. It doesn't fucking matter.
And then we got the Kevin James, Sean Payton movie out of that.
Yeah. Another one I didn't see. Yeah.
Sean Payton got really into CrossFit in his time off from the Saints. That was how he spent his summer, I think.
That would kind of be a fun little thing if Goodell had to hand Sean Payton the Super Bowl trophy now, like this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it would.
Were you talking to Goodell on Saturday? I saw a photo of you two emerge.
Oh, no, that wasn't Goodell.
Oh, it wasn't?
You thought that was Goodell?
Yeah. Somebody sent it to me. It was like, what is Eddie talking to Goodell about?
We did see Goodell on the field.
Yes, and I knew that you had seen him the week.
That's the second time I've been within 5 feet of Goodell. But that was not Goodell. That was no. That was not
different guy. Different powerful guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's very funny.
I think with Bountygate, that was right at the start of Goodell's tenure, kind of, right?
No, Goodell started
after that, right?
No,
Goodell was there.
Yeah, I guess.
Goodell was
2010-ish.
2007, something like that, I think.
I
guess that was
like right at the start, so it felt like this is. I think there's other implications.
2006
into why they went so hard at this. One was Goodell wanted to establish himself as being like, I'm getting the league under control. No more Pac-Man Joneses.
Yeah.
Who was like getting in the news every week.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be a hard ass. And then I think he was also setting the groundwork for the NFL's response to the concussion lawsuits, which is like, I care about player safety.
Yeah.
I'm going to go above and beyond.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I think there was $1 billion settlement around the concussion stuff.
That was 2013, 2012. I want to say,
Tell the truth.
There was a lot of stuff that was in motion in the courts,
Right.
And Goodell knew that he had to put on a face like he was protecting the league.
Yep.
Che.
I'm going to take my third overall is on the board, but I know it's going to make it back to me. White Sox Dave has taken 2 Tom Brady things so far, so I'm going to take Tom Brady changing teams to my Bucks. 20 years with the New England Patriots, the fact that he was a free agent was wild, and Max Kellerman and others had been harping on his decline for a while, but he obviously still had it. Went to a new team with the Bucks. That whole year was like Belichick or Brady, who's going to remain with the team. And I feel like, he obviously ended up with the Bucks, won a Super Bowl his first year, great story. I feel like this almost isn't even a Bucks pick, but it's more just like Tom Brady leaves New England.
Agreed.
Yeah. I remember when that started, I thought it was just like off-season ESPN fodder. I was like, there's no way Brady's actually going to leave. Mm-hmm. So I was stunned when he actually went. And then to the Bucks, of all places, too. Kind of a loser franchise. You know who he said his number 2 choice was that year?
This is mean.
Was it the Bears?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
That came out like a year ago, right? Or
something like that.
Yeah.
He was like part of his like I'm in media now tour.
I feel like he didn't mean that. He was just like trying to, because it didn't make you guys feel any better that he said that, did it?
No.
It made you feel worse. I feel like.
Because that was the year after the double doink.
Yeah, that was like Mitch was our guy. But it was like.
We weren't sure.
If you could get Brady.
If you had Brady with that defense.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mitch.
So that was right at the start of COVID too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had
It's COVID-19.
We had gotten an email, I think, from Erica or Dave that was like, hey, we're going to close the office for a bit. Like, stay as long as you want today, but take your chargers and everything home. I knew Brady was going to the Bucs. I had inside info that he was going there. I had seen the contract. I was not allowed to say anything. I didn't want to mess.
That's the worst.
I didn't want to mess up anything for my team, but I knew that we were going home. We weren't going to see anyone. So I saw Dave Portnoy in the kitchen, and I said, hey, who knows what's going to happen with this Brady thing? How about me and you take a picture together, just like act sad? And Dave had just started Davey Day Trader. And he looks at me, he goes, Steven, I've lost $300,000 today. I'm not going to take a fucking picture with you. And so we didn't have a picture. But that is one of the, it's not definitely not one of my favorite times, but it's one of the most memorable times. One of the coolest things that's ever happened to me is I was laying in bed the night that it got announced. And Jason Light, the Bucks GM, FaceTimed me at night. And I was in bed with my wife, and I was just like, what the fuck? So I picked it up. He was hammered. And he was like, Steve, he's like, we did it. Awesome. I never felt like more of a Bucks fan. It was awesome.
That's sick. Good pick. Yeah. I mean, Brady leaving the Pats was like unfathomable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he won.
That Super Bowl that he won with the Bucks was what it made me admit that he's the GOAT.
You put a sword down.
I thought that Belichick had more to do with the run with the Pats than Brady did. I thought you could plug and play a lot of quarterbacks, and like Matt Castle that one year.
I hate that argument though.
But I was very wrong. He's the GOAT.
It's like the wins above replacement stat where it's like Brady won, 19 games? Castle won 11. So like Brady's worth 6 extra wins that season because it was the next year.
Yeah.
So it's like Brady is that much better. Like they went undefeated with basically the same team. And Castle got 11 wins that missed the playoffs. So it's like 5 extra wins. It's a lot.
I mean, I don't look at it through that lens because, who knows? I don't remember what all other roster moves were made.
It was still Moss, Welker.
Yeah.
You're up, Dave.
I'm going to go with an unfortunate one. I'm going to go with Patrick Tillman's death in 2004. This was so we talked about Kaepernick, obviously, and how the country was really divided with that whole thing. This one was different because it was post 9/11. Like it was still near enough to 9/11 where we were beating our chest saying America this, America that, and we were kind of unified as a country. Until later on, obviously. But and when this happened, it was like, holy shit, this guy left millions of dollars on the table to go defend our freedom. He just died. It came out it was due to friendly fire, I believe.
Which was a big scandal.
In and of itself. But like we've seen the videos of like how they run out to the at Arizona State, rather, of his picture before they leave the locker room and everything. Super sad death, obviously, what he did to retire from an NFL and having, you know, the whole world as his oyster, to going and fucking dying in Afghanistan is crazy. I don't think we've seen it. I don't think we've ever seen it aside from him, right? Unless you count like the 1940s with Teddy Williams in baseball or something.
Mm-hmm.
David Robinson.
You going Patrick Tillman and then Teddy Williams is just throwing me off.
What?
For some reason, he called him Patrick Tillman and then he called him Teddy Williams, and I just
Williams?
just broke my brain both times.
I don't know, sorry.
Wasn't it always Pat? It's not a big deal.
We just had 2 safeties dying in that round with DeMar Hamlin and then Patrick Tillman. Also, the Arizona Cardinals just didn't even try with their uniforms for decades. It was just red with white numbers, just no effort whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So if you see a Pat Tillman jersey, obviously remember a great fallen hero.
Oh,
think about how little the team invested in just.
I thought you were
think
insinuating that he served because of
Yes, had
the
to
poor uniforms.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
no.
he had to
Which
get-
uniforms? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those Pat Tillman Cardinals ones are better than the ones they've had since.
They're just red. You could go buy one at Dick's Sporting Goods right now. It looks like a little kid's jersey.
Yeah, but I like Alabama's uniforms too.
Those are like legendary and iconic.
Right. So
the Arizona Cardinals.
they're
have
very
nothing.
similar, but the Cardinals suck. That's the difference.
They also have no uniformity with their bird. The bird faces different directions depending on what it's on. If
True.
it's like on a hat, it faces one way. If it's on like a zip up, it faces the other way. I'd like that bird to have some consistency,
Fair.
right?
Yeah. They don't know which way they're going.
Yeah.
All right, one more time, quick break. We got to talk to you guys again about DraftKings. This is an incredible deal. It's Super Bowl week. Super Bowl 60 deserves a sports book built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. Anything can happen during the Super Bowl, and DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash when your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. While other sportsbooks don't offer injury protection, DraftKings covers the entire first half, even the second quarter. And early exit works on live bets too. So pregame or in-game, DraftKings has you covered. If you're new to DraftKings, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DOGWALK. Again, that's DOGWALK, DOGWALK, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins, in partnership with DraftKings. As always, the crown is yours. Let's go for the Super Bowl.
Dave, you're up again.
I'm gonna go with the singular play this time. This one didn't have any like implications for playoffs or anything that I remember, but I'm going with Odell Beckham's one-handed catch. It's the best catch I've ever seen. I think I'll probably ever see. Obviously, there's no trickle-down effect in terms of like rule changes or anything from it, but it's the greatest catch I've ever seen in my entire life, bar none. Simple as that.
Probably the only catch that turned into a meme.
Mm-hmm.
That helps your case.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably is.
I think it's a good pick. It's
Worthy fourth rounder, I believe.
iconic catch.
And they put him on the map and took him to another level of
For
like
sure.
superstardom.
Yeah, like truly, how much did he live off that catch in the end? Like
he was really fucking good.
He was
Couple good
really
years.
good,
Yeah.
but I still think that catch helped the trajectory of the
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Which goes to show how good of a fucking catch it was,
Yeah.
you know?
If he doesn't have the stardom from that catch, does he get caught for doing the boat party the playoff week?
Maybe
It's
not.
too big of a star.
But really, his career in general is just kind of
It fell off quick.
Yeah, it did.
not one that not how you thought it was going to go.
Do I remember there being rumors about him being gay too?
I think that was all internet like
Yeah,
stuff,
just
like
internet.
people wanting
Yeah,
to,
but
Targeted ads.
Yeah.
On what you search for.
yeah, maybe.
No. I think there was also the thing with his dad, where his dad like started cutting up film for him, and his dad like went at the Browns, being like, "You're not using my son correctly." So that was weird.
You
in
remember
Cleveland
that
for a little
too,
bit.
yeah.
But then it was kind of like a reclamation thing. He goes to LA, he wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
And he was good. He tore his ACL, I think, or he got hurt in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he
in the
was
Super
very
Bowl.
good before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
he was
happened.
awesome. Jay, you're up again.
This is a singular moment, and it was during the 2016 NFL Draft. It's Laramie Tunsil with the gas.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't on my board, but it should have been, and it's a great pick.
Yeah, it was. That was a very, very good draft with Jared Goff and Carson Wentz going up top, who were very good. Goff obviously still, but Carson Wentz at the time was viewed as awesome, maybe better than Goff. Joey Bosa, Zeke Elliott, Jalen Ramsey, and then at 6 you had the Ravens picking, and all indications were they were going to pick a tackle. I think Jonathan Ogden had retired recently, and they were going to take Laramie Tunsil, who by all draft experts was viewed as the best player in the draft of Ole Miss. He was a can't miss guy, like a once in a generation tackle, perfect to replace Jonathan Ogden. And then during the draft, it's really the first time that the internet has controlled the storyline of a big event like the NFL draft, because it got leaked, I guess, by his father or stepdad or something like that, where there was some type of money disagreement, and this video comes out with him smoking weed through a bong and a gas mask, and
with a Confederate flag over his shoulder too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a nice little background, just like a small detail that made the video pop more.
Everybody wasn't pissed about that, though.
Yeah.
Actually, was Mincy in school at this time?
Well, yeah, because he went there for 14 years. Right? Odds are.
But yeah, so his stock plummeted. Teams, you're allotted at this point, I believe it was 10 minutes per draft pick, and after the Ravens passed on him, I saw a report that the Niners, who were at 7, was like, there's no way this guy was going to fall to us. DeForest Buckner was their pick, ended up being at number 7, but then they considered like, oh shit, like, how is this guy here? What happened? So he ended up falling all the way to pick 13 in Miami, got traded to Houston, now is with Washington. Has had an up and down career, but it's been solid overall.
Yeah. He's still in the league.
He's really good this year, actually.
Yeah, made a couple Pro Bowls, was traded for 2 first-round picks, but just like the top prospect falling due to a drug scandal live on the internet during the draft was just an insane story.
If that happened this year,
exactly what I was about to ask.
You take it, Dave.
What happens to Laramie Tunsil if this happens this year, or in the last few years?
I don't know if anything different, because it's not like people don't know that like most NFL players probably smoke weed, but it's more like the PR and the damage control of that. And again, it has a lot to do with when it came out. If this came out a day before the draft, I think there's no disruption. But the fact that it came out, and I feel like it came out like maybe like after Wentz was picked, like it came out like during,
like they were almost on the clock.
Yes, like they were almost on the clock. And it's like, what the hell? And to the point where the TV broadcast is talking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just an insane overlap.
Now,
internet and television.
The whole, like, if it happened today, because weed's been largely, it's looked
and
at
it's illegal in a lot of places.
You're right. I don't care if it gets legalized nationally. Smoking it out of a gas mask.
Yes.
It takes it up a level.
Yes.
That's like he smokes weed versus he's a major pothead.
Yeah.
Or you give him a higher grade because he took that like a champ. Like,
or that.
The lung capacity on that guy is
Yeah.
incredible.
We did an NFL draft moment draft. This was the first one picked. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I kind of want to smoke weed out of that gas mask, or a gas mask, preferably that one, but
it's in the Hall of Fame, though.
Yeah.
Imagine if that
Should
exists
be.
somewhere. Be crazy.
It's got it. Someone's got to have it. Be like, hey, look at this.
You know what? I'm gonna do some research on that.
Some
Yeah.
digging.
I would pay good money for that gas mask.
What's actual good money? 1,000, 5,000.
I don't want to negotiate against myself because I don't know
Right.
what if one is still like if they know where it is, or if it just gets passed down in like a frat house in Oxford, Mississippi, or
Yeah, that's.
Can we clip this, Lance, and get it out to the ethos so we can try to locate this gas mask?
I will pay good money. I will
We'll
pay
put the word out there.
above market value for the gas mask. It'll be in a good home. It'll get a lot of use.
I was going to say, should you acquire said gas mask, can you and I use it together?
Yeah, absolutely.
Laramie Tunsil made an NFT of this gas mask video.
Good. Turn negative into a positive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for him.
And listen, I think he got fucked in this because I do think that if it happened in 2026, I actually don't think that he falls at all.
Just by mere draft slotting, he lost. I think it's like
Millions.
Almost $10 million, something like that.
Yeah. I think most GMs would see that and be like, oh, all right, well, we got another weed smoker on the team. Cool.
Yeah.
PFT.
Okay. How many more picks do I have?
You have two
I
more.
have 2 more. Okay. I am going to take the reopening of the Superdome in New Orleans and the block, specifically the block punt by Steve Gleason.
Yeah.
But that whole night, nobody was beating the Saints that night.
Nope.
And the pregame concert by Green Day was absolutely incredible when they were playing "The Saints Are Coming," and then the Saints take the field. Like that whole city bouncing back from Katrina.
Yeah.
A place where people were stationed during the actual hurricane itself. The roof got torn off it. The Saints are finally back in town after spending a year playing. Where did they play?
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yep.
I get goosebumps thinking about it right now and how crazy that night was, and specifically concentrated around that block punt where I don't think that there's been a louder building.
Yeah.
Weren't they
probably
huge dogs that game?
They were dogs that game.
Yeah.
Were they playing Vic's Falcons?
They might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was an amazing, like, as somebody that has no ties really to New Orleans, watching that game it was unreal.
Sunday night or Monday Night Football or something like that. It was national
It seemed
TV.
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it might have been Schaub. That might have been the year Vic got hurt. But yes, they were playing the Falcons.
Good pick. I'm up.
There's a statue for that, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
He had ALS really bad too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is he still alive or no?
he's still alive.
Okay.
The Pat Tillman statue, I think the Pat Tillman statue, Steve Gleason statue, two statues that got it right.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time talking about the bad statues out there, and there are a lot of them, like the Dwayne Wade, the Cristiano Ronaldo one.
is horrible. Yeah.
There's some really bad statues.
Mhm.
Those are two great statues.
Awesome. I really don't want to take a downer one, so I'm going to go against it. I'm going to go maybe the earliest pick that we have, but one of the first Super Bowls I really remember as a kid, but the Kevin Dyson 1 yard away
Yeah.
Yep.
against the Rams, just reaching out.
I didn't put that on my list because I thought it was 1999.
It was
2000.
99, 2000. It
Season.
was like,
Okay.
January 20th of 2000 or something.
Well, then I think that could have been higher.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know who made the tackle? Who?
London?
Jones.
Mike Jones.
Really?
Yeah, Mike Jones.
I was going to say Aeneas Williams.
1 yard line.
They talked
Yeah.
about this in Castaway at the end of the movie when he goes to see his wife. He's like, how'd the Oilers do? She's like, well, they're not the Oilers anymore. They moved to Tennessee and they just lost the Super Bowl by 1 yard. That's
And that was at a time where obviously I loved the Bears, but you did like players, so I loved Eddie George.
Yeah.
So that team was fun. McNair, I really.
Oh,
wanted
that
the
last
Flames to
drive by
win.
McNair was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sick Super Bowl.
Jeff Fisher,
Yeah.
Music City Miracle was just a couple weeks earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chief, you're up.
I'm going to take a game or a moment in a game. I think this might be the most underrated Super Bowl of all time. It's a Pittsburgh versus the Cardinals. The Santonio Holmes toe tap to win the Super Bowl at the end of the game. One of the greatest endings to a Super Bowl ever. They also had the 99-yard interception return for a touchdown. That was an incredible game. I feel like when I have an opportunity to bring it up on these drafts, I do it because I don't know. I feel like that game is kind of lost to history in the last.
I debated it as my pick.
Okay.
That catches all time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's viewed as the best Super Bowl in history. Am I wrong?
I feel like it gets left behind 28-3,
So you have the Harrison
Malcolm
catch.
Butler, the Kevin Dyson. Like, there's so many. There's been, when I was a little kid, every Super Bowl was a blowout, and then we went on this run of like just incredible games. And this one, and I think it may be because it was the Cardinals, it just doesn't get talked about. You had the Larry Fitzgerald catch.
Like 3 minutes left or something.
Right, to put them ahead. So the San Antonio Holmes toe tap, one of the greatest Super Bowls ever.
Good pick.
It's a great throw too. By the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
There was a safety in that game, like a 2-point safety.
Was there? I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
What
too.
happened?
Who got it?
I don't recall. I won boxes that year, and I think it was like 8-3 or something like that. But like I was like, oh my god, a fucking safety! I can't believe it.
Definitely a catch you always tried to emulate as a
Yeah.
kid.
Yes.
Fifth round, lead us off.
Fifth round. I'll take another game moment. This is probably a reach, but the Saints surprise onside to open up the second half in the Super Bowl against the Colts was an electric moment. It's a thing you don't see anymore because you can't do surprise onsides. Back then you rarely saw them. So I thought that was Peyton Manning. It was the Colts. Like they were kind of, if they win that Super Bowl, maybe they're into dynasty mode. But that I thought that was an awesome Super Bowl, and that was an incredible moment. So I'll take the Saints surprise onside.
Yeah, it sucks that the NFL took that away from us.
I know that is like the big downside of these kickoff rules.
You know what though? Nobody really did it that much though.
What?
Nobody really did it that often.
I know, but it was cool when it happened.
Andy Reid did it once to open a season. I think it was 2001 at Dallas.
Really?
I love that.
Yeah, David Akers.
Good for him.
Shout out to David Akers. Yeah, it's an okay pick, but it's a huge moment for sure.
Yeah.
I'm back up.
I wish this draft was like 4 rounds longer.
I know, there's so many. It's
Yeah.
a heavy honorable mention. Listen, for what this meant, and it was a statement that people said on Twitter forever, and Des caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was going to be the next pick.
Yeah, like that was huge. Nobody really knew what a catch was after that. It was against the Packers, so I remember really rooting for it to count and then being fucking stunned when it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Des caught that ball.
That was 4th down.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th and 2.
He did catch that shit.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
I say that as
caught
a
it.
Cowboy hater. Like that was 100% a catch.
Yes.
He like took 3 steps and reached out.
Yeah.
Without a doubt it was a catch.
Yeah. So in a turn, this was kind of like what's a more consequential rule? Because the rules change after this, right?
Yes.
When was the Calvin Johnson one against the Bears?
I forget exactly the year, but I remember that too.
Yeah.
But what was a more consequential rule change, the tuck rule or this?
Ooh.
Kind of feel like this was.
Yeah, because when does the tuck rule ever really happen?
No,
you
it
hardly
doesn't.
ever see it anymore. But yeah, I'm glad that they ruled that it wasn't a catch. I'm very glad because I didn't want Cowboys to win a Super Bowl.
You could make the argument that Jared Goff pass interference against the Saints because that changed a shit ton.
Yeah.
That NFC Championship, because then they started reviewing pass interference after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Des caught it. That's still a crazy play.
I think that's almost like, with that, you almost get like replay. Because now it's like, you got Terry McAuley, Dean Blandino, you get all these guys, you got them in the booth, and like while they don't have an impact on the call, like they're there because of moments like that.
Yeah. That was your next pick?
That was going to be the next pick.
Yeah. PFT, you're up.
Okay.
Last pick.
My last pick. I'm going to go with Eli Manning on draft night.
Oh,
Oh.
great pick.
What a crazy story.
Yeah.
What a wild ride that was. It's like Eli Manning, the younger brother of Peyton Manning, who's regarded as the best quarterback or second best in the NFL. Seems like the epitome of what you want in a quarterback. The son of a longtime New Orleans Saint. He's eligible for the draft, and then his family just straight up tells the Chargers, don't pick me. Like, don't do it. I'm not going to play for your team. And the Chargers are like, well, fuck you. We're going to draft you anyways. And Eli's like, I will take a picture holding the jersey, but I'm not playing a second for your team. And then it was like open season. Who wants to trade? Who wants to make the deal for this guy? Then we had a quarterback swap. Phillip Rivers goes to the Chargers. Eli goes to the Giants. They both have arguably Hall of Fame careers. And I want to know exactly why. We never really got that story.
That's true.
What was it about the Chargers that made them such chopped liver that the Manning family couldn't sully their names by sending their young boy off to play for them? What was going on? What was the big giant red flag that made them do this? And also, if it happened now, would we what is it about the Manning family that made us be like, great job, as opposed to being like the sense of entitlement? Because I feel like if it happened now, the conversation would be like, this guy is entitled as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what, you haven't played in the NFL, you don't get to determine where you want to go.
Did he do 4 years at Ole Miss? Or did he come out of? Because now it's like the Dante Moore thing, where he's just like, I'm not playing for the Jets. I'll go back to Oregon. I wonder if he would have done the same if he hated San Diego that much back then.
I forget if it was 3 or 4 years that he played there. I talked to Caleb about this, by the way, when we went and hung out with him at Bears training camp and interviewed him. And
there was some of that coming out.
Yeah, there was some of that smoke coming out. And I asked him, I was like, hey, I'm a fan of Washington. I'm just curious to know if that was one of the teams that you thought, like, I wouldn't want to be in the draft if this team had the ability to pick me. And I told him, I was like, if that's the case, I agree with you. I get it. Because, like, I do.
Yeah.
Because we were just a shit show with Dan Snyder, and he was like, I felt that way under the old ownership, but under the new ownership, no.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, if Dan Snyder was still the owner of the team and they got the number 1 pick that year, Caleb would have been like, I'm gonna go back to school.
He did play 4 years at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I just looked that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Che.
This is a hard one. I was going to do Eli Manning, and also Dez caught it.
Double steal.
I feel like this isn't necessarily a moment, but we look back on it and things are so different now. And it's sports betting getting legalized. August 2018 is, back in the day, people would have bookies, you have to meet up, things get sketchy, some people get hurt, some people don't pay. Now it's like we got DraftKings on our phone, we just place a bet very easily.
Do you have a bookie, Che?
I never did. I started doing it when it was legal. I actually talked to my wife and I was like, listen, I don't want this to ever become a problem, but this is now legal here. We lived in New Jersey. I was like, I think this would be good for my career. Turns out it was.
You had a family conversation. About,
Yeah.
Had you gone full content at that point?
No.
Okay.
No. But my first ever bet was a parlay. It was Robbie Anderson, 50-plus yards and a touchdown. It was plus 325, and he scored a 51-yard or 53-yard touchdown. But, I think the way we watch, the way we consume football, we're doing, this is airing on February 3rd, but we have a live betting contest during the championship Sunday to just we're locked in not only on the games, but how we can spice up the games, have fun with it.
Is Puka Nacua going to get over 4.5 rushing yards?
You motherfuckers.
If I recall correctly,
was it 3.5 or 4.5?
3.5 is 4 plus.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that during real time? Because it was made known that we had bet that.
Yeah,
and
no,
we were
I know.
Calling for it pretty much.
And it was. I laughed in the moment, but it was absurd. But it was one of those. I think someone else had a Matthew Stafford interception.
I had that.
No, I think it might have been Max or somebody. So it was somebody. I heard it coming from behind me.
Okay.
And it was like, I will do that trade if you get the Puka Nacua and then he throws a pick. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Obviously, that didn't happen, but yeah, that was.
I wasn't that mad in the moment.
Yeah.
It was in my mind. That's an inconsequential play. I won $100. It wasn't like a giant bet for me at all. It was a standard 1 unit.
It was fourth down, wasn't it?
I don't think
so. The first one was fourth
down,
and he got 2 yards, and it's fuck, this bet's dead. But they did get the first down, so we were bummed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we were like, oh,
and then it went to OT, and you guys, Puka Nacua bet's back. Yeah.
Did anybody consider taking Dave up on his offer to beat the fuck out?
It was the next day.
Interesting pick for an NFL moment, though.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't think it's. Yeah,
I get it.
It's also a baseball moment and a soccer moment and a golf moment.
It's a Supreme Court
so
moment.
It happened. It happened in August. That was the first time you could bet.
So
that in my mind,
which state
that's
doesn't it?
New Jersey was the first one to have it legalized.
Yeah.
Was that
August
with Christie?
We could do that draft. I'm sure it'll get drafted.
Yeah, I was kind of unsure. To be honest, my alternative. I don't think this is gonna. I don't want to tip picks as the last pick, but my alternative was COVID, no fans. That kind of sucks too. So
I think
I drafted COVID for the MLB one, which the sport that it mattered the most for because I didn't get to start and I got killed for
60
it.
games.
I would say it mattered the most
Killed
for college
for it.
basketball because they canceled the tournament.
True.
Yeah.
But MLB was pretty fucking big too.
Yeah.
I got killed.
We went to a game on the rooftop across the street.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing. I couldn't even watch.
Crazy.
It was like there's a practice going on out
Do
there.
you remember when Major League Baseball teams were doing the fan cutouts in the stadium?
Yeah.
How fucking weird were we as a planet?
The White Sox were charging people to have
Yeah. They were actual ticket prices per game.
Right.
Yeah. Your likeness is there. You got to pay.
Did you get at least a live cam on your seat that you could watch on your computer?
That would be something.
A Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
But on from your couch. When baseball came back, that was awesome though. Even though the games in person sucked.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Finally, we had live sports.
Yeah, we didn't have to watch Korean Baseball League.
Yep.
Yeah, the Korean Baseball League, and it did get me into UFC. I'll say that. That's the only good thing that came out of the pandemic.
Dave.
And lots of dogs got adopted. The only one of two good things.
Honorable mention.
You guys are acting like there's not a whole lot left. I
think there is.
I think there's a ton left.
I thought there were 2 that PFT was for sure going to take that he didn't.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Pats upsetting the Rams for Brady's first Super Bowl. I thought the
greatest show on turf.
The greatest show. I thought the Rams were gonna fucking curb stomp that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think I was 12 when they won that, and so I didn't know the ins and outs of football, but I just remember thinking it wasn't going to be a Super Bowl. Like, it was going to be a blowout.
It was a double-digit spread, I'm pretty sure.
14.
Yeah.
14 points.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see that in a regular season game hardly, let alone the Super Bowl. And not only did they cover, they won, and the rest is history with Brady. They launched into being the most famous athlete in the planet outside of, like, LeBron. And if he's even less than LeBron. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
I don't love it just because of how many Brady Super Bowl moments were bigger. You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Dave's got 3 Bradys.
Yeah. I mean that Brady drive, there was a Brady drive to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
There was I think, 2 minutes left. And I think
Definitely.
it was John Madden and Pat Summerall were arguing like they should take a knee.
Yeah.
Just go to overtime with like 2 minutes left. Which
I think it was like 48 seconds.
I think it was a long time.
I think I don't think it was 48 seconds.
But he drives him down the field.
I remember John Madden being like, I take a knee here. He's a rookie quarterback. You don't want to put this on his shoulders right now. He
Right.
could lose you the game. And then afterwards, he's like, I was very wrong about this. I can't wait for the John Madden movie to come out.
44 seconds.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, this one says it's 1:21.
That was actually on February 3rd, 2002. It's 24 years ago today.
A minute. I have 3 different things here.
I'll tell you.
There wasn't very much time left.
1:54.
Okay.
All right, let's do honorable mentions. Chief, let's lead off with you because I'd imagine one would be the Commander's name change.
I had that on my list. All the Dan Snyder stuff, which had the Gruden email leak, all kind of wrapped into one thing. Minnesota Miracle, Philly Special,
Minneapolis Miracle, yeah.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Was
Yeah,
a fucking
I didn't even think of
moment.
that.
Good point.
Yeah.
And then another thing that maybe it's just recency bias, but that Mahomes 13 seconds against the Bills was fucking insane.
Totally.
And then this might be a little close to home, but Cutler on the sidelines in the NFC Championship game where he's just like looking all cold and miserable. He's on the stationary bike for a minute as like Caleb Haney's in there, and but that was like, and then like 2 weeks later he's like walking around with Christian Cavallari.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was like, oh, I guess he's fucking fine.
Yeah.
You know, so
people analyzing his gait as
yeah,
he's walking. Yeah.
Right.
PFT.
I mean, the Commander's name change one that was like a 7-year saga that played out. I could do an entire podcast just about the Dan Snyder era and all the different weird shit that he did. By far the worst owner in the history of sports.
You should do like a serial on the Redskins.
Make it super. Yeah,
I would love to, because even though he's out of my life, I want him punished more.
Yeah,
like my thirst for revenge has only increased.
Yeah, because you kind of like quit them over him, right?
Well, I never quit him, but I just reached a point where I was numb to the team, and it's like nothing good is ever going to happen. In fact, more bad things are going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
I was rooted for them when they played, but they really put a wedge between me and my love of my favorite team.
Yeah.
And you know how fucked up of an owner you have to be to do that to somebody that grew up like a diehard fan? He was just, everything about this guy sucked ass. And I hope that he continues to be miserable. And I hope that at some point his boat sinks and he loses his bank account, and I don't know, his kids end up turning against him. He's a bad guy. Bad human being.
How excited were you as a little kid when he first got the team? And I think, didn't he immediately sign like Bruce Smith and Deion Sanders?
Oh, the most excited. Yeah, everybody was like, this is the Mark Cuban or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, we got a young, flashy owner, not afraid to spend money. Turns out he made all of his money basically on scamming people. And he would, I think, do robocalls to households that did not speak English as their primary language, and then switch their long-distance carrier to his service without telling them. And then he would know that they wouldn't have the legal recourse or the understanding of how to go about suing him. So yeah, he had a shitload of money.
Jeez.
He signs Dion, Bruce Smith, Mark Carrier. Who else did he bring in right off the bat? I'm leaving some guys out. Quarterback was Jeff George that he brought in.
Yep.
And immediately fucked things up in the exact same way that he would go on to fuck them up for the rest of his life. And we're like, maybe he's learned his lesson. Don't assemble a fantasy football team. He would land his helicopter on the practice fields during practice. He was just a.
You got it.
I remember watching.
You should do. Do you know that the podcast called Blowback?
Yeah.
You should do like a blowback about
Great podcast.
the Commanders.
Dan Snyder thought that he was done with me. I'm not. I'm not done with you, Dan. I say when this is over, and we're going to continue to go at it. I mean, I could go on for a long time, but switching from the Redskins and then saying I will never change the name. You can print that in all caps. To hiring an online army of people that would go out and defend the name Redskins, and to then eventually being forced to change the name after his business partners just got sick of him.
Yeah.
We're like, we're going to pull our money unless you change the name, to then going to the football team because he had no plan, to then letting Ron Rivera pick the next name and design of our team, a coach you just hired, and then going to the Commanders, which is objectively maybe the worst team in sports, which will always be a reminder of the Dan Snyder era for as long as that team name is still around.
Do you think they'll keep it?
I think
I've heard,
so.
like whispers that
It hypothetically, if we had won the Super Bowl last year,
mm-hmm.
I don't think you could change it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'd put it at like 25% that it gets changed again, because you never see Josh Harris wearing any Commanders merch.
Okay.
He wears the W.
Yeah.
He wears the logo, but I've never seen him wear the word Commanders.
Commies is a bad name too.
Yeah, you can't have a sports team in Washington, D.C. that you can shorten to commies.
Maybe when the stadium opens, maybe we
Oh, I like that.
change
the
new
new
building.
stadium,
Fox.
the concept images look fucking awesome.
Did you see the tweet that I put out of the Dan Snyder rendering that he issued in
I
like
don't think so.
2018, 2019?
No.
It's like in the midst of one of his dozen scandals that he was in at the time. The heat was getting to him, so he said, we're going to do a massive renovation project at FedEx Field. And he put out these renderings of what the concept would look like. And there's a fucking moat that's also a wave pool outside the stadium with people surfing.
Don't make me like the guy.
In rural Maryland in probably like mid-October, surfing outside, wearing swimsuits, people sunning themselves. And then in the background, there's a person that's doing rock climbing up the side of the stadium. He had zero intention of ever doing any of this. He just needed a fire, like an awesome rendering that he could put out to make everybody shut up for a second.
He's a paintball course away from being White Sox Day's favorite owner.
Yeah.
It's like blank check.
Yeah.
It's a blank check.
Do you
All
have
right,
any?
you guys are getting me
I
going
think he's
on.
hilarious.
Do you have anything left at PFT?
I do, yeah.
Honorable mentions?
Sorry for going on.
No, you're right. That was good.
You say the word Dan Snyder to me. And
Enjoyed
I just
that.
Keep going. This is a personal one for me. Actually, I've got two personal ones that maybe nobody else cares about. The Jaguars should have been in the Super Bowl in 2018. They got fucked in that game against the Patriots. Miles Jack was not down. That should have been a touchdown for the Jaguars. Blake Bortles should have gotten to play for a Super Bowl. Then one that I know nobody cares about except for me, the New York Giants equipment saga.
I don't remember this.
They had I don't know if it's tied into the Strahan Super Bowl jersey thing, but the New York Giants longtime equipment manager got in trouble, but it also got swept under the rug. He was taking like practice helmets and just gear that he was finding around the Giants practice facility and like throwing them down the stairs to scuff them up and then selling them as game used and game worn merchandise. That to me, that's just such
a great move.
It's such a funny thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, not one of the most iconic moments or memorable, but
Yeah.
then the one real one that I had that was a bummer that I didn't want to put on there was Sean Taylor. When Sean,
I had that too.
he was my favorite player of all time, and
Yeah.
that was a very, very sad time, and he's still like a number one in my memory of that era of football. And they fucked up that statue too. Fuck that. But yeah, Sean Taylor, great player. Never forget.
I just pulled up the stadium rendering of that you were just talking. I had never seen it before. This is the most outrageous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's insane.
Do you remember this?
You posted it recently, right?
Yeah.
I believe,
When
yeah,
they-
that's
This looks kind of sick.
It is kind of sweet. Like, he should have done it.
Yeah, it'd be a great stadium to build in, I don't know,
Bro,
like
outdoor
St. Thomas.
hockey when it gets cold.
Oh, yeah. It's multi-use.
There was a Monday night game or Sunday night game that they were in. I remember when the whole naming saga was going on, and it was so blatantly a PR stunt. He had like an Indian chief in the booth with them, and he clearly had the cameras pointing to him to say, "See, look at me. I'm a friend of the First Nations people."
Yeah.
And I'm just like shaking my head. I was like, this guy's such a scumbag. I kind of like him.
And I think there's a way that you can go about handling the name if you don't want to change it. And he did none of those things.
None of it.
He did actually
None of
like
it.
the most offensive way possible to defend it instead of
Yes.
the best way, which is like what the Seminoles have done.
Yeah.
And-
Blackhawks.
Yeah, exactly.
Che?
If this stadium rendering is real, where it just like goes up to the mall, that's incredible.
It's pretty good, right?
How is that land just available?
Well, it was where RFK was.
Oh, that's where
which was our
RFK
old
is?
stadium.
Okay.
And then now we got RFK Junior Stadium on that same piece of land that took like 20 years to negotiate with the federal government and the city of D.C. because they both kind of run it. And then finally, after Snyder the day Snyder sold the team,
They're like,
the mayor of D.C. said, we're now open to negotiate bringing the team
what a
back.
piece of shit
Yeah.
this guy must
Yeah,
have
yeah.
been.
He was bad. Che?
Beastquake, I thought
Yep.
was a good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
That was
one.
one that should have been drafted, I think.
Yeah, Tim Tebow going first round, 25th overall, directly after Des Bryant, and then Tim Tebow to Demaryius Thomas, game winner against the Steelers in the playoffs. NFL postponing Week 2, 2001, after September 11th. COVID, no fans. Brett Favre getting traded to the Jets. Kind of. Ed Werder was on that beat for months.
Yeah. He was like, he lived in Mississippi for a while.
Yeah. GPP, fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand getting blown off the Giants boat pick.
Was that on like the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense for a fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave, you got anything left?
Yeah, here's one that I can't believe we haven't talked about yet. Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I didn't
Yep.
know if it
That's
would
a
qualify.
that's a
Why
big.
wouldn't that qualify?
I don't know.
No, that's definitely
That was-
should
That's,
have.
that's a miss.
They didn't have it on a delay at the time, and I remember I was watching my buddy Matt's basement, and Justin Timberlake ripped it off of her. I'm like,
That's a nipple.
that's a nipple.
Yeah.
That was a tit.
I had it on my list, but I truly didn't think you guys would let it slide.
Oh no.
Oh,
that,
Yeah, it's a moment.
100%.
that
yeah.
felt like an auto veto.
The Vikings boat party.
Yep.
I think we
Yeah.
talked about that. Beast mode. Teddy Bruschi's return. Here's another one that I consider drafting: the T.O. Sharpie,
Oh,
yeah.
that would have been a good one.
and then Sean Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the halftime performance thing, was that what's the official explanation that we've gotten for it? Is Janet Jackson still saying that like
Wardrobe?
she had no
Wardrobe, yeah.
Should have
but
paced you.
initially it was wardrobe malfunction, and then it's like, well, you had the jewelry that was on your nipple, so you probably knew that was going to happen. And then it was Justin Timberlake did it, but she didn't know it was going to happen.
No, I thought it was. He knew that it was coming, but he didn't know it was going to be full frontal.
Oh, so he's saying I was going to rip part of her shirt off, but I thought there would be another shirt.
Yes.
underneath.
That's what I thought I remember hearing. But I remember the way she reacted because she went like, and it was like a dance move almost,
Yeah.
like choreographed.
I think
like,
they all knew it was.
Yeah.
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 I don't, if you look at Justin Timberlake's face, he's like, I don't think he knew it was coming. He knew he was supposed to do that move, but I don't think he actually knew it was coming.
I can't believe the Commanders get this stadium. We have to be in Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, isn't it fucking bullshit? It's such a cool looking stadium.
That's not
I
happening, right?
I think that's gonna happen.
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Did you see what they're offering the Bears?
I don't think it is.
no, I don't think it is.
I think this is just a negotiation
posture.
I think the property tax,
It's not impossible.
tax alone saves them like over the course of a 30-year run, saves them like $7 billion.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
then maybe.
impossible for sure.
Then maybe.
That's exactly why I think it's gonna happen.
I have you brought it up, but Ray Rice was fucking
Yeah.
that was a big deal. Especially the 2 games. We'll never forget that.
Yeah. Well, then it was like they announced the suspension, and people were like, "Oh, it's a he said, she said." Then the elevator footage came out, and he like knocked her the fuck out. You're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa,
Holy fuck.
yeah."
Who's that guy that took the selfie in the elevator that said like this elevator is free from violence, and he had like his hand over his heart? It was I think it was a catfish guy. The guy from MTV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or Max?
Neve was the
I think
guy.
it might have been Neve. It was the cringiest tweet that I've ever seen in my life.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The butt fumble.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's an
That's a
obvious
good one.
one.
That was big. James Harrison, interception,
Yeah.
100 yards. That was insane. Richard Sherman.
His face.
No, when
Crabtree.
Crabtree. He's sorry.
Yeah.
He's sorry. Couple quotes. You play to win the game, like press conferences.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, you play to win the game.
Dennis Green.
Denny
Rest
Green.
in
Yep,
peace.
I have that.
Yep.
We let him off the hook. Playoffs was also there. That's my quarterback.
Yeah.
T.O.
Yeah.
Singletary.
Who was
Can't
the?
win with them.
I want winners.
Yeah.
He's still a hotshot agent. T.O.'s agent when he was having the lockout.
Rosenhaus.
Yeah, Rosenhaus
like,
going
sit
next
up in the
question,
driveway.
next question,
Yeah.
next question.
Yeah. When was Randy Moss straight cash, homie?
That was
After the Lambeau.
Was that what that
Fine.
was?
What year did he get?
Was he
That
with
was
the Vikings or the Raiders?
2005.
Straight cash, homie.
He was with the Vikings, I think.
That
then.
was like his last year with the Vikings then?
That was awesome. They're just
Yeah.
like, hey, how are you going to pay this fine? Straight cash, homie.
Cash, homie.
And then you're like, oh, I thought you were going to write a check. He's like, no. You learn anything from this, Randy? Next time I might shake my dick at him.
Was that for the mooning thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting act.
If he
Your guy.
went bare ass, that's one thing. To pantomime it, why is he getting in trouble?
I don't know. But the reaction, if he went bare ass today, I think that's the reaction that he got back then for just pretending that he
Yeah.
was.
That was Joe Buck, though.
Joe
It was
Buck.
Joe Buck. Yeah.
Disgusting act.
Yeah.
But that's something that the Packers fans do. is
Yes.
They
Yeah.
moon
Yes.
the opposing
Yes, bus.
bosses.
Yep.
Yes.
I
I think that's not a big deal at all, and that he shouldn't have been fined a cent for it. I
Agreed.
think that's just boys being boys.
The NFL should
I agree.
repay Randy Moss every cent of that fine
$10,000 in 2004.
Give it back.
And- yeah, give it back to
Randy.
him.
with interest.
Let him donate it if he sees fit, or just blow it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll read them off. We'll vote someone out of here, so put it in a blank text or on your notepad or whatever. Biggest 25 moments of the last 25 years in the NFL draft. Chief Aaron Hernandez, Kaepernick kneels. Spygate, San Antonio Holmes catch. Saints surprise onside kick. Eddie Michael Vick dogfighting. Malcolm Butler interception. DeMar Hamlin, Titans 1 yard away. Dez caught it. PFT Deflategate, Brett Favre dick pics, Bountygate, Steve Gleason block punt, Eli Manning draft night, Cheah, Giants beat undefeated Pats, Andrew Luck retires, Brady to the Bucks, Laramie Tunsil gas mask, legalized gambling, White Sox Dave 28-3 Pats Falcons, the Tuck rule, Pat Tillman, Odell Beckham catch, and Super Bowl 37.
Oh, who are you texting?
You could just put it on a blank
you're
text.
voting who you think had the worst draft.
All right, PFT, who you got?
4, Steven Cheah.
Okay, 1 vote for Cheah. Chief, who you got?
I also went Cheah because of the gambling and Andrew Luck in the second round.
Cheah.
I went Chief.
All right, so 2 for Cheah, 1 for Chief.
I went with Shea as well because sports betting is the one single pick that I think belongs 0 on this draft.
I did Cheah as well. Yeah, that's what sold me. It would have been hard if you didn't do that. Cheah.
If that was, it would have been an exceptionally hard vote.
I thought Luck was a reach.
That one
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
Yeah.
The top quarterback prospect retiring?
Right up there with 9/11.
that was great.
What if Joe Burrow retired?
If you had taken 9/11, that would have been a better pick. I think.
that would have been a good.
I almost did take 9/11. Games postponed week 2.
If 9/11 didn't happen, the game doesn't get postponed. Drew Bledsoe doesn't get knocked out by Mo Lewis in week 3, which should have been week 2. Tom Brady doesn't get the starting job.
Damn.
Then you don't even have your pick of Tom Brady going to the Bucs.
All right, boys. Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah.
Super Bowl week. Hope everyone enjoys the Super Bowl. Hope we get a good game Sunday.
Yeah.
And
Who you got?
we don't know who's playing in it yet. That's how far in advance we're recording this. So.
Seahawks Patriots 2.
I got Stidham, Stiddy and the boys over the Seahawks.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go Rams over Broncos. I'm going with
That's O's.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's sick.
I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
What?
Ooze the mentalist, he predicted. Is it Ooze or O's?
O's.
Is it O's?
O's.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He predicted Rams over Broncos.
He knows ball.
When did he predict it?
Preseason.
Preseason?
Yeah. And he gave a score too.
What was the score?
33 something. I don't know.
If that happens, I think we all have to just like buy a cabin in the woods and move out there because this world is not what we thought it was.
Yeah, there's something going on.
It's a simulation, confirmed.
Yeah. All right, then. That's it, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Wednesday.